Well, I am quite proud of the last line in the show, which is a play on words. So the last line is, your dreams will flower. And in English, flower means the thing that you make cakes with, but also it means flowers. But also it's a verb. To flower means to grow. And I like that line because it has three different meanings. Flower, like for cakes, flower as the object, and flower as the verb. Okay. Well, knowing the story, I would have to choose the cat. Why? Well, because of what the cat represents. There is an interpretation of the story which is quite Freudian. If you know Freud, Lucian Freud, he said that the cat in this story represents the part of us, all of us, which is cunning and creative and can solve problems. And so I would much prefer to have that spirit towards life of creativity and problem solving than a donkey or a mill. Yes, one of the first times we did the show, I mentioned Marcello Chiarenza earlier on. It was his birthday. And when you come to see the show, you will see we have an oven in the show. It's a sliding door which we open, and we have red light and smoke coming out. So I performed the show, I did the show, everybody applauds. I rush underneath the stage, I light the candles on the birthday cake, I come out, I open the panel, I take the birthday cake out of the oven. And we all sang happy birthday, and all the audience sang happy birthday as well. So that for me was a very special moment because he's a very dear friend. Well, I would say, and the last scene of the show states this specifically, money isn't everything. You asked me, what did I want, a mill or a donkey or a cat? And I chose the cat. And I chose the cat because, yes, the donkey can give you money, the mill can give you money, but if you love your life, and if you approach every day as if it's new, with a positive attitude, then your dreams will flower. So that is the message that I would give. Well, nobody's asked me that before, but it's an interesting story. So my name is Patrick Lynch. You spell Lynch, L-Y-N-C-H. I wanted to give myself a message, which is go. Carpe diem, seize the day. And so I said, oh, here's my name. What happens if I put go? Oh, lingo. And lingo, perhaps you might know, is a word in English, and it means dialect, means language. And so, because the word was already existed, I thought, well, there's a good name for the company. Well, that happened a long time ago, and I'm talking about, good grief, about 30 years ago. It was always a passion of mine. I saw, when I was growing up, quite a lot of children's theatre, and I was always usually very impressed and really liked it. And I always liked the spirit of creativity and the spirit of freedom, which children's theatre has. And so I started doing shows in schools, actually, taking shows to schools. And again, it was when I met Marcello Chiarenza, and I started to work with him on a Commedia dell'arte show. Commedia dell'arte, if you don't know, is using masks, half masks, and you have characters like Harlequin and the Captain and Brisighella. And he said to me, "Oh, you'd be perfect for the show I've got." "What is it?" "Oh, it's Tom Thumb." "All right, is that because I'm small?" "No, it's because you're talented." "Oh, okay." And so he said, "Right, let's do this show." And we did. We started to do the show, it went very well, and really we went from there. The reason I like producing shows is because I don't like doing auditions, you know, because they could always say no. So I thought, well, it's better to produce my own work, because then people can't say no. And then really there's a correlation to that, which is children's theatre, I think, is one of the hardest things to do, because children will not pretend to be interested. If they don't like the show, they will start talking, or they will play with whatever they've got in front of them. And so you have to be really, I think, very good to hold their attention and to give them a wonderful time. So that's the other reason I like children's theatre. Well, if I had the money and if I had the time, I have been wanting to do Gulliver's Travels for quite a long time. Now, Gulliver's Travels, if you don't know the book, it's by Swift. It was written a long time ago, and it's a very complicated story because there are giants, and he goes big and then he goes small, and there are talking horses, and there are all sorts of elements. So very challenging to do as a show on stage. But if you're asking me what my dream might be, that would be one of them. But I have so many. That's just one of them. So, the cat and I hope that you can all come to see Puss in Boots. Yes, come and see it and have a wonderful time.